Welcome to our channel. 5 current WWE wrestlers who will definitely be in the Hall of Fame. When it comes to the WWE Hall of Fame, it's safe to expect the unexpected. While some wrestlers such as John Cena are a shoo-in, others are something of a toss-up. Whether it's just too early in their career or their future with the company is uncertain, a Hall of Fame induction is a guarantee for some, but not for others. We want to clarify that the wrestlers we list as those who likely won't make it into the Hall of Fame is not a reflection of their talent, but rather their booking. After all, a WWE HOF induction is certainly not the only barometer of success in the industry. A victim of a bad business decision, B-Fab was at one point released by the WWE, only to be brought back at a later date. One of the problems she faces is that she hasn't been given many opportunities to improve her in-ring work, coupled with the fact that she is rarely involved with any meaningful storylines, and B-Fab just hasn't been given a fair shake by the company. It goes without saying that a potential HOF induction doesn't seem to be in the cards for B-Fab at this time. Let's hope she can turn things around, as by many accounts, she is well-liked within the company. A Hall of Fame induction may be the only accolade that has eluded Charlotte Flair in her already storied career. She has won nearly as many championships as her decorated father, and that is after less than 15 years as a pro. It's certainly not a matter of if Charlotte will be inducted, but when. As of this writing, she is still actively pursuing championships, having just won the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. She has now announced plans to challenge Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41, in hopes of winning her 15th women's title. It may be a small miracle that Akira Tozawa is still employed by WWE, especially after a recent wave of releases. He seems to have happily embraced his role as comedic relief, understanding where he stands in the company. As a member of Alpha Academy, the future looks slightly uncertain for Tozawa, as the former leader of the group, Chad Gable, has moved on to form American Made. It's obvious that Akira is well-liked within WWE, and they have been happy with his performances. However, a future HOF induction seems unlikely at this time. Seth Rollins is one of the greatest in-ring performers in WWE history, and quite possibly the history of the entire business. He's also one of the most decorated athletes on the current roster. Seth has overachieved at every turn and shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. He just recently competed in his first ever WrestleMania main event, and it's entirely conceivable that he could find his way in that spot again at some point in the future. Seth Rollins has had nothing short of a Hall of Fame career. Maxxine Dupri seems to be a fish out of water when it comes to pro wrestling. She was selected during a public tryout when WWE visited Las Vegas for SummerSlam in 2021. Since then, she has struggled to connect with the WWE audience and, it would seem, the entire business as a whole. There's no denying that she has worked hard and put her best foot forward with everything she has been asked to do. However, a HOF induction is a long shot for her unless she is able to turn things around. If this list had been compiled around 2 years ago, the likelihood of CM Punk being predicted to one day go into the WWE HOF would have been extremely slim. But in a twist that few ever saw coming, Punk has not only secured a spot in the HOF, but he will likely be a headliner when that time comes. While his talent was never the issue, CM Punk's tendency to make enemies seemed to hamper his career trajectory at times. To his credit, though, Punk has silenced his critics and made one of the most surprising comebacks in recent history. For much of his career, Bo Dallas has seemed to live in the shadow of his incredibly talented brother, Bray Wyatt. When Bray unexpectedly passed away in 2023, the entire wrestling world mourned one of the most unique performers in recent history. In an attempt to expand upon the universe that Bray had created during his time in WWE, Uncle Howdy was reintroduced, along with the Wyatt Six. While the initial reactions were positive, the group and Uncle Howdy have faded from the picture a bit. It just doesn't seem that the Uncle Howdy gimmick is going to get Bo Dallas into the HOF anytime in the future. Becky Lynch may just be the biggest overachiever in WWE history. Few expected her to reach the heights that she has, and that would include herself. She became one of the most popular wrestlers in recent memory, male or female, and she was a driving force in changing the perception of women's wrestling as a whole. Her career has been nothing short of HOF-worthy, and she continues to tell great stories inside the ring. She is expected back soon, after a lengthy hiatus.